I am Daniel Madison. Thanks for being here. Really do appreciate you choosing to spend some time with me. It's the new year. It's 2019. Happy New Year. I've been thinking a lot about New Year's resolutions in general, I guess. I believe that they're a good thing. They're very difficult. They're notoriously difficult for people to follow through on. It's easy to make the resolution. It's not so easy to keep it up and follow it through. Now, I think there's a lot of magicians watching this right now, so I wanted to gather at least 5 tips, my tips for magicians for New Year's resolutions. Tip number 1, don't practice more, practice correctly. And what I mean by this, you can spend hours upon hours, day after day, practicing in your own room, your own space, and in front of as many mirrors as Daniel Madison, and you will still not be ready. The only practice that is going to be useful and helpful for us as performers is out there in the intended environment, performing magic for real people. Don't look at your performances, don't look at when you go out to a performance as if that is the be all end all. It's not. Don't get ready and get prepared and think, oh my god, am I ready? And then going out and perform and then think that's it, that's the ultimate goal, is to be in that position to perform. It's not. It's the performing itself that is the practice. I'm constantly practicing. I never stop practicing. Performance and practice become the same thing, so that you see them as the same thing. I practice more than anything. I perform more than anything so that I can practice. I perform constantly. I try and find somebody every day who I can show something to. Try and find somebody new. Ideally, if I can find somebody new, and it's not the ultimate moment. Not everything's led up until that point. That point itself is just a moment of practice. Now, to the audience, to the spectator, I certainly treat it like it's that very special moment that was meant to be, and to them maybe it is, but to me I see it as just an opportunity to practice and fine-tune something. I'm never happy, I'm never settled with the sleight of hand or the trick that I'm working on, and maybe you never will find happiness or the ultimate end goal for a trick. It's in the practicing that we're able to perform and that we're able to develop and practice tricks. So when I say practice correctly, don't just practice on your own. The most important practice, the only real practice in fact, is out there, is actually doing the craft. Magic, sleight of hand is one of those things where we can only perfect it by being out there doing it. We can only get good at it by failing and learning from actually doing it. Don't practice more, practice correctly. Number 2, following along perfectly from number 1, be harder on yourself. Be more tough on yourself. You have to be tough on yourself. I come from a place in this practice where if it went wrong, it went wrong. There's no way I could afford any space for anything to go wrong. That made me critical against myself. I don't let myself get away with anything. My mentality is this: if I'm at a card table and I'm cheating against the people at that table, I imagine myself also at that table with my same knowledge, with my same understanding, with my same expertise. And when I'm at a card table, I sit there and I burn their hands, I burn everybody's hands. I'm staring and I'm looking for trouble. I'm looking for somebody's palm. I'm looking for the way the deck moves or the way that the deck is shuffled. So when I'm doing that, when I'm the one shuffling those cards, or I'm the one not holding out, I've got to imagine that I'm sitting across from myself seeing it. Would I be able to get this move past myself? And usually the answer is no, and that forces me to practice and improve my moves and my work where I could even fool myself. That is a very high demand. It's very tough. It's me being very tough on myself. But what that does, it forces me to make my practices and my work as perfect and as sharp as they can possibly be. I can't be the only one who looks at your YouTube videos and your Instagram videos and thinks, what the hell did you put that on the internet for? What's wrong with you? I can't be the only one thinking that. Surely you must think that when you put your terrible videos on the internet. You're the one who filmed them. What the hell are you putting them online for? What's happening? Why have you done that? You have to look at your videos when you filmed yourself and you think, oh, here's me doing a magic trick, which is cool, so I'm going to put it on the internet. No, you got to be harsh on yourself. You got to watch that video back and don't let yourself off. You got to look at it and go, oh my God, that was awful. You are awful, man. You're terrible at what you do. Get back to the practice room. Get back and practice. Be tough on yourself. If you're not tough on yourself, especially in those moments when it comes to putting videos online of yourself doing terrible magic, if you're not tough on yourself, the whole world is going to be tough on you and you're not going to be prepared for it. Because if you can't be tough on yourself, how can you handle anybody else coming along and being tough on you? Number 3, avoid magicians. Avoid magicians. Magicians, they think that being around magicians is going to be beneficial and helpful and useful for them. Magicians do not work well with other magicians. Some of them do, and some people convince themselves that they do work well with magicians, but I can tell you that it's a very, very limited and narrow arrow lined the entire way with people who are trying to, maybe inadvertently or maybe subconsciously or unconsciously, trying to sway you in a different direction so that you don't become competition. And it's so political and it's so weird. It's so weird. Magicians shouldn't spend time with magicians. My entire world in the practices of magic became so much better, and the direction improved 100% when I turned my back on magicians and I turned away from magicians and I avoided magicians. The more time I spent with magicians, the more I realized that my art and my performances didn't have a true or real place to blossom or be natural. And everything was criticized from a magician's point of view with their own little political mindset going on that didn't really mean anything at the end of the day. Magic is designed for people who do not know what magic is. You can't perform a magic trick to a magician and expect him to have the same response and reaction to a normal person, to somebody outside of that world. Because he knows everything, because they know everything. So magicians who spend time with magicians, they end up just bitching about other magicians and talking about all these incredible tricks and all these amazing things, yet they never go out there and actually do these amazing things that they're talking about. It's a strange world. I avoid the magic world and magicians as much as humanly possible. Magic is intended and designed for real people. So you need to spend time with real people. Don't spend time near the magic world. Spend time in a world, in an environment where your magic can blossom and grow in a very organic and natural way that is not going to be swayed, manipulated, or redirected by a magician's opinion. Because you might have something beautiful going on in the real world, and then a magician comes and sees it and goes, you know what I think you should do? Di Vernon and Ed Marlowe and Jay Sankey, and then all of a sudden this beautiful thing all of a sudden becomes all small and disgusting, and it ends up rolling over into the magic industry, and it's a terrible thing. It almost happened to me. I've watched it time and time again happen to people who I've made connections with over the years. I don't go to conventions and I don't do the whole magic thing because of things like this. I could talk about this for a long, long time. You can tell I'm quite passionate about this idea. Trust me. Number 3, avoid magicians. Number 4, challenge yourself creatively on a daily basis. I do this as part of my ritual, as part of my daily routine. It's almost a religious practice for me to challenge myself creatively daily. Now for me, I'm a teacher, I'm a creative. I've created over 300 deceptions in my life, so many more that haven't been published. And the way that I get to that point is by putting myself through the hardest things, the hardest struggles. Creating new magic and new ideas in magic is one of the most difficult things I've ever done. Yet I've created hundreds and hundreds. And the way that I've done it is by challenging myself, by sitting down with a pen and paper on my laptop, or with nothing other than me and my thoughts and a deck of playing cards and an idea. I think of an idea. Can you do this? Can this be done? Can this be done? The challenge that I give to myself daily is I have to come up with something new on a daily basis. So Imagine how long I've been in this career, 20 years, and I've done that every single day. Most of those ideas turn out to be terrible, but every once in a while a golden one comes up and it makes me think back, hold on, I had this similar idea a few days ago that was terrible that I scrapped, which would work well with this. So what I'm doing, I'm setting myself up an entire catalogue and library of ideas and concepts that didn't necessarily work on that day, but now all of a sudden they click into place. This way of thinking, this creative way of thinking has forced me and has caused me to think like that naturally. I don't have to try now. I just keep thinking that way. The way I wake up in the morning thinking of what can I create today, how can I think of something, and you start looking around at things. Wherever you go, you start looking around and thinking, that thing there, I could do something with that. There's an opportunity in this thing right here, whatever it might be, for a trick. It doesn't take much to challenge yourself in that way because it's all happening up here. Make sure you've got somewhere to write those ideas down when they do pop into your head. I try and write down at least one idea a day, and they get saved on my notes app, on my phone, which also goes over onto my MacBook, so the notes are always there. They might not mean anything for a few days, a few weeks, maybe even a few years, but they're always going to be there, and you might remember one of them that links back to one that you just had this morning. Make it a practice every day. I trust me, as a magician, you as a performer, as a creative, it will be so beneficial. Number 5, perform. Now when I say this, I don't necessarily just mean perform your tricks, perform your magic, perform as a magician. Performance for me is my life. It's the most important thing to me, not just with magic. Usually with magic and with some artistic deception. But when I say perform and when I talk about performance as an art, for me it's more as a life. I'll always talk back to this tattoo, the knife is real. Rena Abramovich, the knife is real. She said the difference between performance art and theatre is that in performance art the knife is real. In theatre it's not. For me, I have a lifelong passion to and ambition to make magic real, to make it feel as real as possible. And for magic to be real, it can't be presented as magic. It can't. It's not just about performing the trick itself. It's not just about saying, hey, take a card, write your name in it, put it back in the middle, bang, it's on top. It's not restricted to that area. For me, my entire art is me, right? I am the art. I am the performance. So when I meet somebody and I'm going to show them something, a demonstration, we're going to create an experience, I don't just all of a sudden turn the character on, turn the act on, turn the performance on, and then afterwards, once the card is revealed, I turn it off. That's not how it happens. It can't turn on and off because it is always on. It is 100% on. I am performing 100% of the time. I do not shut down. I am ready for a whole crowd to walk into this room right now, and I'm ready to do my life. I'm ready to act my life and show them some incredible things with these, because that's a part of my life to do that right now, to do it within the next minute. And it's not about always being prepared and always being ready. It's just a way of life. So when I say perform is my 5th tip for a New Year's resolution, I really am kind of showering it down and making it a small thing. It's such a huge, incredibly huge moment of advice that I can give to you. Your whole life needs to be the performance, not just the trick itself, not just that little bit, that little experience. My life is my art. My life is my performance. So it doesn't just turn on when somebody turns up, and it doesn't just turn off at the end. It continues. It's the whole thing is a performance. So it can't be seen as magic. It can't be seen as one thing that can be objectified, subjectified. It's non-stop 100% of the time. I know I'm gonna make a video more about this when I can kind of make literal sense of it and get the right vocabulary and articulate myself better than I can right now in the act of trying to cram it into a small fifth New Year's resolution point. But if you take anything from this video, I hope you leave thinking about the fifth and final piece of advice. Your whole life, everything about you, your whole existence is a performance. So please, perform.